Lots of conflicting data in Great Falls this month. Wow. Here's what October numbers are showing for Great Falls for the month of October 2025 on the Foundation Report. I'm Eric Fafoglia with Corcoran McInerney, and I live right here in Great Falls. I help buyers and sellers make confident decisions using my education-first approach of my 208-step selling process and 128-step buying process. All right, let's jump into the data. So in the month of October, we saw at a median sales price of $1.85 million, which is up 5% from last month and 15% year over year. So we're continuing to see really strong sales numbers for Great Falls. But here's where it gets kind of conflicting. Homes are taking much longer to sell. They're taking on average 24 days, which is almost a full month to sell. That's up 167% from last month of September. And it continues to show weird data as opposed to the high prices we're seeing. It's sellers are getting only 92.5% of what they originally asked for. That's almost 10% less than your asking price. A $1.85 million house, that means you're getting $180,000 less. Not to mention, when a house sells for a lot less, it likely means it's taking longer, as we saw with the data, which means buyers are asking for more with their repairs and inspection credits when they do their home inspection, and likely the appraisal could be part of what's pulling this price down. It really shows that, as always, overpricing a house doesn't work. There's just too much transparency on the internet nowadays with home sales to get away with pricing a house high. We had a bigger sample size compared to last month and even last year. We had 17 sales, which was up 55% from last month and up 13% from the same month last year. We're eating through that inventory because new listings were pretty much flat from last month. 22 new homes came onto the market in October. An active inventory ticked downwards. We only have 72 homes actively for sale as of that month. Month supply is in line with what we're seeing with the days on market, the sales price to original list price ratio. We have about 5.3 months of inventory, which is flat from last month, but now we're really starting to lean towards a buyer's market. And especially as we head into November, December, these cooler months where it is slower time to be selling a house, it's definitely going to be more buyer favored for those months. So what does this mean? Well, we've got a lot of random mixed data, right? Prices are up, but it's taking longer and people are getting less than what they hoped for originally, and then as we head into fall, we fully expect things to continue to slow down. Once winter hits in December, we should expect to see sales slow down quite a bit, buyer leverage continue to increase, and then as we get into early spring, maybe February, March next year, it start to turn the corner is my full expectation. Mortgage rates probably will stay pretty flat for the rest of this year, or the Fed meeting will happen in December, but the data from the Labor Bureau won't show up for November until after that meeting, which is really what the Fed has been wanting to follow. Half of them are looking at inflation, but the other half are really focused on the labor data. And well, they won't have any new data because of the government shutdown for the next meeting. And so we fully expect them probably just to hold tight instead of making a move in December. So for mortgage rates, like I said, probably going to stay pretty flat. I know they're not directly correlated, but there are some patterns, and the economy, of course, focuses on that data and those words from the Fed. So if you're trying to make a move in this market, you're trying to buy or sell, you really need to have confidence and feel educated and understand the right way to make a move. I'm always here to help. Just reach out. My process, I'm happy to share with you for selling or for buying if you're interested in doing that. But thank you so much for watching. This has been the Foundation Report, and I'll see you next month.